Have you ever thought that sleep, the one thing we have always believed keeps us healthy and strong, might actually be shortening your life? It is a disturbing idea, but one you cannot afford to ignore. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, more than 7,000 older adults die in their sleep every year in the United States. That number is not just a reflection of age catching up, it is a wake-up call. Many of these deaths are tied to quiet everyday habits that most people do not even realize are dangerous. These habits do not seem harmful at first, but for a body over the age of 60, they can trigger events that lead to serious injury or worse. As we get older, our bodies no longer operate the way they used to. The heart works harder to keep up. Our lungs take in less oxygen. Blood pressure regulation becomes more fragile. Even a simple act like sitting up in bed quickly can overwhelm the nervous system. But here is the problem. Most seniors continue living by the same habits they followed in their 40s or 50s. Habits that once made sense when the body was stronger, more responsive, more forgiving. Unfortunately, those routines, if left unchanged, can quietly work against you now. You would never guess that the time you drink water, the way you move after waking, or even your choice of sleeping position could pose a risk to your safety. But for people over 70, they absolutely can. Let me tell you a story that shows just how real these dangers are. Elaine is 76 years old. She spent over 3 decades teaching preschool in a quiet neighborhood in Michigan. She is the type of person who always had a routine, always organized, always independent. After her husband passed away 5 years ago, she continued to live alone in their family home. Friends would describe her as sharp-minded and strong-willed, the kind of woman who never asked for help and took pride in managing everything herself. She would say, "As long as I stick to my routine, I will be just fine." But that routine almost ended her life. One night, around 2 in the morning, Elaine woke up feeling the need to use the bathroom. She did what she always did. She sat up, swung her legs over the bed, and stood up. Except this time, the room spun. Her knees gave way, and before she could catch herself, she was on the cold tile floor of her bathroom. She had passed out from a sudden drop in blood pressure, something doctors call postural hypotension. The fall left her with a fractured hip and a bruised face. She spent 3 weeks in the hospital and 2 more months in rehabilitation. Her independence, once a point of pride, was gone overnight. And the scariest part, it was preventable. Her doctor later told her that simply taking 30 seconds to sit up slowly before standing might have saved her from that fall. Elaine's story is not rare. It is one of many that reveal how small nighttime behaviors, habits we do not question, can carry big consequences as we age. That is why this message is so important. Because the changes that keep you safe do not require complicated routines or expensive treatments. They begin with awareness and a willingness to adjust. If this story made you pause and reflect, I ask one thing. Scroll down and share one thought this story brought to your mind. Your words could be the quiet push someone needs to sleep safer tonight. As we get older, the routines we followed for decades no longer serve us the same way. In fact, some of them may now pose serious risks. When it comes to sleep, a few seemingly harmless behaviors can quietly sabotage your safety, heart health, and mental clarity. Here are 7 of the most common nighttime habits that can threaten the well-being of older adults and what you need to know to protect yourself. 1. Drinking too much water right before bed. Hydration is critical, especially for seniors, but timing matters. Many older adults believe drinking a large glass of water before bed will help flush their system or prevent dehydration. But what actually happens is much riskier. As we age, the bladder's capacity decreases and our kidneys become less efficient. Drinking too much water late at night forces the body to work overtime when it should be resting. It also increases the chances of waking up to use the bathroom, which might not sound dangerous until you consider this nighttime bathroom. Trips are a leading cause of falls in adults over 65, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Even a small stumble in the dark can result in a broken hip or head injury. These events are not only painful, they can be life-altering. Additionally, interrupted sleep from frequent urination fragments, your sleep cycles, depriving your brain of the deep restorative rest needed for memory and immune repair. To reduce your risk, drink water throughout the day, but start tapering off after dinner. In the evening, stick to small sips if needed. And make sure your path to the bathroom is well lit with motion-activated lights or a plug-in nightlight. 2. Ignoring snoring or breathing pauses. Snoring is often brushed off as a harmless annoyance, but it can actually be a red flag. Loud snoring, choking sounds, or long pauses in breathing could point to a condition called obstructive sleep apnea. This disorder affects nearly 40% of seniors, yet up to 80% of cases go undiagnosed. With sleep apnea, the airway collapses during sleep-blocking oxygen flow to the brain. Each time this happens, the brain jolts the body awake to restart breathing, even if you do not remember it. This repeated strain can raise your risk of high blood pressure, heart attack, stroke, and even brain damage over time. Studies have shown that untreated sleep apnea increases the risk of fatal heart attacks by 30% and strokes by 60% in older adults. It also accelerates cognitive decline and may contribute to dementia. If your partner notices loud snoring, gasping, or restlessness at night, or if you wake up feeling exhausted despite a full night in bed, get screened for sleep apnea. Treatments like continuous positive airway pressure can drastically reduce health risks and improve your sleep quality. 3. Taking sleep aids or sedatives without guidance. Many older adults rely on medications like sleeping pills, sedatives, or nighttime pain relievers to fall asleep. But these drugs are not as harmless as they may seem, especially with age. Medications such as benzodiazepines, muscle relaxants, and certain antihistamines can make your brain foggy and slow your reaction time the next morning. A study published in the British Medical Journal found that seniors who regularly take sedative medications face a significantly higher risk of falls, fractures, and cognitive decline. These drugs, also suppress breathing, which is dangerous for people with existing heart or lung conditions. Moreover, taking sleep medication long-term can interfere with natural sleep cycles. It becomes harder to reach deep stages of sleep, and over time, the body becomes dependent, needing higher doses to achieve the same result, leading to a dangerous cycle of overmedication. If you are struggling to fall asleep, speak with your doctor. You may benefit more from cognitive behavioral therapy, light therapy, or natural relaxation methods like chamomile tea or mindfulness exercises, which offer safer, lasting relief. 4. Eating too late in the evening. A late-night snack might feel comforting, but it can do more harm than good. As we age, our digestion slows, and eating heavy meals or snacks before bed keeps your stomach working when it should be resting. This can trigger acid reflux, especially when you lie down after eating as stomach acid flows back into the esophagus. Chronic acid reflux can lead to esophageal damage, aspiration, pneumonia, and disturbed sleep. In addition, late eating causes blood sugar spikes, which are harder to regulate with aging insulin systems. A 2020 study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that seniors who ate close to bedtime had higher blood sugar and insulin levels the next morning. Nighttime meals also interfere with the body's natural dip in blood pressure during sleep. This phenomenon, called non-dipping, is associated with an increased risk of stroke and heart attack. To avoid these risks, eat your last full meal at least 3 hours before bedtime. Choose lighter dinners with lean proteins, cooked vegetables, and whole grains. If you need a small snack, opt for plain yogurt or a handful of nuts, not sugary or acidic options. 5. Sleeping on your back. We all have preferred sleeping positions, but for seniors, back sleeping is the most dangerous. When lying flat, gravity causes the tongue and soft tissues in the throat to collapse backward, narrowing or even blocking the airway. For people who snore or have sleep apnea, this can worsen breathing interruptions. Even those without a diagnosis may experience reduced oxygen levels, which affects heart health and brain function. According to the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine, seniors who sleep on their backs have a 22% higher risk of nighttime cardiac events. Back sleeping also increases the likelihood of acid reflux, especially in individuals with hiatal hernias. The safest position is sleeping on your left side. It helps with digestion, circulation, and brain waste removal. If you have trouble maintaining this position, use a pillow behind your back and another between your knees to stay comfortably aligned. 6. Sleeping in complete darkness without nightlights. A dark room is often considered ideal for deep sleep, but it can also be dangerous for seniors. The problem is not the darkness itself, but the risk it creates when you wake up in the middle of the night. As vision declines with age, the eyes take longer to adjust to low light. When a senior gets up to use the bathroom in pitch-black conditions, they are more likely to trip over furniture, lose their balance, or slip on slick floors. Falls are the #1 cause of injury-related hospital visits in adults over 65, and many happen at night. These accidents can result in hip fractures, head trauma, and long-term loss of independence. Install low-wattage nightlights in the hallway and bathroom. Consider motion sensor lights that activate as soon as you get out of bed. These small additions can prevent a devastating fall. 7. Keeping the bedroom too hot. As comforting as a warm bedroom may feel, it may be hurting your sleep more than helping. The body needs to cool down slightly to enter deep sleep stages. A hot room blocks this process, leading to restless sleep, excessive sweating, and night awakenings. Research in the American Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry found that seniors sleeping in rooms warmer than 70 degrees Fahrenheit experienced 30% less slow-wave sleep, the most restorative sleep phase. Without deep sleep, the body cannot properly repair tissues, regulate immune function, or support brain health. Moreover, older adults have a reduced ability to regulate body temperature. Sleeping hot can increase dehydration risk, thicken the blood, and raise the chance of heart arrhythmias or stroke, particularly in those with pre-existing conditions. The ideal sleep temperature for older adults is between 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Use breathable cotton sheets and avoid heavy comforters. If needed, layer lightweight blankets that are easy to remove. A ceiling fan or cracked window can help improve air circulation. Together, these 7 habits form a powerful checklist for nighttime safety and health. You do not have to change everything at once. Start by identifying 1 or 2 habits that apply to you and take small steps to adjust them. The goal is not perfection, but protection. Because when your sleep is safer, your days become stronger, your future becomes brighter, and your independence lasts longer. It is not aging that puts your health at risk. It is not the candles on your last birthday cake or the number printed on your driver's license. What truly threatens your strength, your independence, and your peace of mind in the later years of life are the small habits you carry with you, habits that once seemed harmless but now quietly erode your well-being. The good news, you can change them, and you can start tonight. Every action you take matters. Every step you choose to make safer, every routine you choose to adjust becomes a building block for a healthier tomorrow. The message here is not fear, it is awareness. And with awareness comes power. Let us take a moment to reflect. Throughout this video, we explored 7 common nighttime habits that may be slowly undermining your health. These are not extreme behaviors. In fact, they are so ordinary that many seniors practice them every single day without giving it a second thought. Drinking too much water before bed, ignoring snoring or restless nights, relying on sleep medications without guidance, eating too late in the evening, sleeping flat on the back, turning off all the lights, keeping the room too warm. None of these sound dangerous at first, but for an aging body, each one carries serious consequences. The truth is, most of us were never taught how aging changes the body in such subtle but significant ways. We were never told that after age 60, your bladder becomes more sensitive, your blood pressure more unstable, or your risk of falling so much higher in the dark. We were not taught that even something as simple as your sleep position can affect the oxygen levels in your brain. But now that you know, you have the opportunity to act. And the best part, you do not need to overhaul your entire life. You do not need expensive products, complicated routines, or drastic changes. You just need a few thoughtful adjustments and the willingness to try. For example, start by reducing the amount of water you drink in the last 2 hours before bed. This small shift can reduce your need to get up at night and significantly lower your fall risk. If you are thirsty before sleep, take only a few sips and keep a small glass of room temperature water nearby, just enough to soothe, not to overload. Next, make sure your room is not completely dark. Add a low-level nightlight in the hallway or bathroom. Better yet, consider motion-activated lights that guide you safely without disturbing your sleep. Another easy habit to adopt is to give yourself time to wake up fully before standing. When you open your eyes in the morning or the middle of the night, resist the urge to jump out of bed. Instead, take a minute to sit on the edge of the bed. Flex your ankles. Take a few deep breaths and let your body adjust. If you feel lightheaded, wait. Let your circulation catch up before you begin to walk. If you currently use sleep aids or sedatives, bring it up at your next doctor's visit. Ask if there are safer alternatives. You might benefit from a lower dose, a different medication, or a non-drug approach, like a bedtime routine or relaxation therapy. Remember, sleep medications affect aging bodies differently, and their side effects can be serious, even dangerous, when left unchecked. Keep track of your sleep. A small notebook on your nightstand is enough. Write down how many times you wake during the night, if you felt short of breath, or if you had unusual dreams or headaches in the morning. Over time, these notes can reveal patterns that help your doctor better understand your sleep health and may uncover underlying problems like sleep apnea that you did not know you had. None of this requires perfection. It only requires progress. One small change tonight can help you avoid a major health event in the future. One habit adjusted today can protect your balance, your heart, and your memory tomorrow. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced one of the habits we discussed? Have you ever tripped on the way to the bathroom, struggled to breathe while lying down, or woken up with an unexplained headache? Maybe you realized something you were doing every night was not helping, but hurting. If so, I invite you to share your experience in the comments below. Do not be shy. Your story could help another person recognize a hidden danger in their own life. There is real power in these conversations. When we talk openly, we learn, we connect, we support one another in ways that truly matter. You never know who might read your comment and take action because of it. And if you found this video helpful, do not forget to subscribe to our channel. We create content designed specifically for older adults. Content that respects your experience, your strength, and your wisdom, while also helping you navigate the unique challenges of aging in today's world. Our goal is not just to help you live longer, but to help you live better. Hit the like button if something you heard today resonated with you. Share this video with a friend or family member who might benefit. Together, we can build a stronger, safer, and more empowered community of elders. One that thrives with clarity, confidence, and care. Because you deserve more than just sleep. You deserve peace. You deserve protection. You deserve to wake up each day feeling strong, steady, and supported. And it all begins with the choices you make tonight.